The next one is Trump won't rule out seeking a third term in the White House. Tells NBC News there are methods for doing so. President Donald Trump did not rule out the possibility of seeking a third term in the White House, which is prohibited by the Constitution under the 22nd Amendment, saying in an exclusive interview with NBC News that there were methods for doing so and clarifying that he was not joking. A lot of people want me to do it, Trump said in a Sunday morning phone call with NBC News, referring to his allies. But I mean, I basically tell them we have a long way to go. You know, it's very early in the administration. I'm focused on the current. Trump added in some of his most extensive comments to date about serving a third term in the White House. When asked whether he wanted another term, the president responded, "I like working. I'm not joking," Trump said when he asked to clarify, "but I'm not. It's too early to think about it." When asked whether he has been presented with plans to allow him to seek a third term, Trump said, "There are methods which you could do it." NBC asked about the possible scenario in which J.D. Vance would run for office, then pass the role to Trump. Trump responded, "That's one method. But there are others too," Trump added. Asked to share another method, Trump simply responded, "No." Amending the Constitution to abolish a two-term limit would be exceedingly difficult, requiring either 2/3 vote of Congress or 2/3 of the states agreeing to call a constitutional convention to propose changes. Either route would then require ratification from 3/4 of the states. So, I mean, this guy's serious about this whole third term thing. I mean, what's the difference between a fourth term, fifth term? I mean, he won't make it that long. Of course, he's not going to be alive that's this long. Go ahead, though.
I told you from the beginning he's not leaving. There's nothing that's going to stop him. Look, he hasn't even been there 60 days. And he's like, yeah, I'll probably come back for a third term. He hasn't even filled this one out yet. You know what I'm saying? You think about that in year 3. Right? They already plan to make him. He's already dictator Trump. Look, he's going to get rid of the Supreme Court before the summer's out. That's what's going to happen. They ain't doing what he needs them to do. They got to go. They just tried to pass an amendment where everything, they don't even have to go through Congress. Like a congressman he had this amendment. The lady's calling him out. He's like, I don't even see where you have it in here. Where basically he's going to be able to skip over the judicial branch and just do whatever he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? People need to understand the America that you grew up in no longer exists. We're just holding on to that old feeling of hope and thinking, oh, we'll get through this and we'll be fine. No, you need to realize what kind of country you live in. You need to go back and read Project 2025 so you can realize what's going to happen to you in the coming years. Donald Trump is not leaving. He is the new king and dictator of America.
They're happy that this guy is doing this. This is exactly what they've won. This is what they voted for. They'll tell you, I voted for this. They did. I spoke with we were speaking with Steve earlier. He was like, hey, no, I won't vote for a third term for Trump. And I won't doubt the fact of what he said. But I know a lot of other people who would do it. They'd vote for another term of him. They want him to be like king. It's like his sickle fans want him to be king over them. They're looking for someone to rule them. It's crazy to me.
No,
in reality, it has a lot less. Yeah, go ahead. That's a lot less to do. Go ahead.
They don't feel they're going to rule over them. They're like, no, he ain't going to mess with us. You know what I'm saying? We're all equal. Exactly. He's going to rule over the niggas and the women and the brown people. The other ones, we don't like to separate them because they make them special. But, you know, that's who they're thinking they're going to get ruled. And they get to go back to the 1923 where they can, like, you know, get drunk and then drive to a neighborhood, grab somebody up and kill them and take pictures and stuff. That's what they want to get back to doing. You know what I'm saying? They want to be able to rape women and then they blame the women for it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what these people want to do. And there's millions of people that think like that. You know what I'm saying? But they're not going to understand that, like, you know, once he gets done with everyone else, you're next. You know,
they're already being treated this way. It's already happening right now. If we look at it,
people have to realize that.
Yeah, he's taking away your social programs. He's taking away your Social Security. He's taking away the money from the DOE is really funding your states. Those are the states who are getting the most funding from the DOE. The highest percentage of poor rural states, which is red states, funding comes from the DOE. I mean, so this is what's happening here. You guys over the next 6 to 12 months, you'll start feeling it. Once he gets a chance to really get one of his little agendas through, because right now he hasn't gotten anything done yet. Nothing's been done other than the fact that him signing executive orders and starting the process of breaking things down. But then it's basically a rolling effect that you'll start feeling things. the stock market knows. That's why they pulled back so many points. That's why so much money has come off the table. People are like, man, I'm getting my money out of here because I already know it's going to be, this is a done deal. That extra 4,000 points we had, they're like, oh, let's take that back. Those are trillions of dollars off the table.
Oh, yeah.
In your portfolio. So, I mean, it's
and they
crazy.
Don't care. The rich are going to be fine. It's those poor people that sat there and thought the world, because you let your news else. But you're finding out quick. You see a lot of people, they're starting to turn. They're like, like, you know, we had Steve on here. Like, I wouldn't vote for a third term. Now a real Trumper would be like, yeah, I'll do it, until their life gets affected. And there's a couple people that watch our show, you know what I'm saying? You're going to walk into a restaurant and you can go and half your family can't go in there. Then you're going to realize what you've done to yourself. That's just, it is what it is.
I think a lot of the people are even they won't even be able to go at all because, you know, these same people who look just like us have been talking the same thing, saying, hey, you know, I'm a Trumper. This is what it is. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I mean, but at the same time, though, this is just it just shows us where we're heading as a nation. We're not heading anywhere positive with this type of talking about third terms. I mean, and they're so early on that you know that they're serious about it. They just had a convention. I want to say Idaho or maybe it was Montana, one of those states up there where all the governors, like 27 governors or 29 governors or whatever, convened up there. DeSantis was up there. They were talking about it. And what were they talking about? You know, changing the Constitution. This is what they had a conversation about, so they could do certain things like getting around certain, you know, aspects of the Constitution. So it's crazy, but this is a real thing that's really happening right now. You know, so we need to definitely pay attention to it.
And folks, there's no way to fight it. It's gonna happen. You let it happen. You let 77 million people out of 423 decide your future. You're welcome.
No, I mean, absolutely. And I don't think that they, like I say, I don't think that they even care that that's what happened, but we'll see.